till you catch me.
Okay, here's a long-awaited video that everybody's been wanting us to cut. So today I got Sue to sit down and answer some of these questions that everybody had about the cost of things. So we're going to get into some of these questions. I know I didn't get all of them, but I picked out, because a lot of you asked the same questions. So I'm going to answer like the cost of electricity. I had like 10 different emails about that. So I'll be answering all 10 of you with the one question. And I wrote down a couple of questions I got on my cell phone that really don't have anything to do with the cost of anything, but they were directed basically towards Sue, so we're going to address those also. So in the meantime, for those of you that are new subscribers that don't know who we are, I'm Skip. And this is my wife, Sue.
Hiya.
And she's the one that knows how much things cost here. I just play golf and drink beer. So I don't really know anything about anything. So anyway, one of the questions we had was, how much is your electric bill? I don't know.
Our electric bill for this month was $138.
That's taxes and everything?
Yes, that's the whole schmear.
Well, what's that there says hot bucks, PCA?
That was a rebate. It was like $20 of rebate.
Why do we get a rebate?
I don't know. It's a long explanation. It's not worth telling anybody, but it was a long explanation. Just know that that's what the bill is for August, in which August is usually August and September. July, August, and September is usually your highest utility bills. Like I said, I've never paid one, I don't believe, over 150. So for this size house, like I said, that's probably the average that you're going to pay is between 100 and 150 for your electric bill. And like I said, most of the time, like I said, it's 82, 84. Stuff like that. It's not very much.
Why was it? Oh, air conditioner.
Yeah. July, August, and September. You know, that's the.
Yeah, in the winter we don't really have much of an electric bill because it cools down to the point where really, I leave my. We have a heat pump, so I leave it set like at 73 degrees and 60% humidity level. You can set those on your dial in there, and so in the wintertime we're just heating the house, which is really. We don't have much. I think we were told once that the average heating days here in the villages is about 15 days a year. That would be either January or February. Last year, we had quite a cold winter. Not during the day so much, but it was nighttime. We got down in the 20s, like several nights right in a row, which is unusual. I lost all my banana trees. They're coming back, but I lost all those. There was a lot of palm trees down here that got serious damage on the golf course. Some of them had to be replaced, but that was kind of unusual. But in the summertime, you run the air conditioner all the time, so that's when your electric bill is going to go up a little bit. I'm going through some of these questions here on my phone because there's so many of them. Here's one from a guy from Australia. He says, are there any tax agents in the villages? How do you organize with having income tax assessed each year? Would your tax payment time be in January? Ours here in Australia is in June and July. Well, that's a lot of questions. Tax agents. We don't have a tax agent.
Well, they have tax collectors.
We have tax collectors.
Yeah, same thing.
Well, an agent sounds like they're going to come and arrest you.
Well,
you know, like a secret agent.
I guess
How do you organize how income tax? We file our income taxes once a year in the United States. Your employer, most employers I'll say, is required to take income taxes out of your check. You get on your check it'll show, and then at the end of the year we get a 1099 or a W-2. Tells you how much you paid in federal tax, state tax, local tax, this tax, that tax, whatever tax. And you just go to, if you know how to do it yourself you can, but most people go to a tax guy and have their taxes filed, and you pay him the $200 or whatever it costs, and that's it. You're done. You get a refund or you owe more tax. I don't know.
Yeah. And on the property taxes, they send the bill out in October, and they really give you a good deal. The taxes are due between November and March, the end of March, and if you pay them by the end of November, like I said, it comes out in October. If you pay them by the end of November, you get a 4% discount. The end of December, you get a 3% discount. 2% for the end of January and 1% for the end of February.
So the earlier you pay it, the cheaper it is?
Yes, and it makes it's a big amount. It's it saved almost $1,000 this year just by paying it by the end of November.
Just for that?
Yeah.
So that includes none of our normal discounts, like for disability discount? Or
well, that's all included on your tax bill, but then they take the 4% off of that if you pay it early.
So just out of curiosity, our house, I don't know what it's appraised at now because we've done some upgrades. We paid $221 for this when we bought it. It's worth a lot more than that now. I'll probably never get it, so I'll probably never move.
You would never find that amount from your tax appraiser. It'll never be as much as what you think.
But ain't the taxes based per thousand on what your house is appraised at?
Yeah, but the appraisal's never what you think it's worth.
No. I said we paid $221, so I'm assuming our taxes is based because it's a brand new home. So our taxes has to be based on that, $221.
Well, yeah, but like it's based on.
So what I'm getting at, for $221, because we've never went up there and upgraded anything in 3.5 years they've been here. She said 5. It's been 3.5. So in 3.5 years, the house is probably still appraised at $221 as far as the taxes are concerned. How much is our property taxes and our bond payment? It's all in one shot, by the way.
Right. And I said, and here's the, and it shows.
Okay, so in November, we pay property taxes and the bond payment is $3,962.31. Now, if we wait until March, it's $4,127.41. So as you can see, the earlier you pay it, it's a significant savings.
Yeah.
That $1,000 could buy you gals a couple more pairs of shoes.
Well, it wasn't exactly 1,000, but I'm looking here. It's not 1,000, but it's still a savings, 4% savings.
That went right over her head.
I understand. Like, I only wear flip-flops. Oh, by the way, ladies coming down here, if you're looking for sandals or flip-flops, get the Clark's collection. They're great. I mean, if you got to do any walking, they're great.
Steve Geyer. By the way, I haven't proofread any of these things at all. So this may or may not have anything to do with what this video is about. I noticed the majority of the homes don't have 1/2 baths for guests. Surprised that this is not an option on most homes. Any issue with that when you have overnight guests and their local visitors over dinner or watching a game? Well, absolutely not. Every house south of 466 anyway. I can't speak up and around Spanish Springs, that's an older area, but I don't think they're much different. All these houses are 3-bedroom, 2 full baths. And the way the houses are designed, which we like, your 2 guest bedrooms are on the other end of the house with a pocket door. And in that small hallway between the 2 guest bedrooms is a full bath. And they can close that pocket door and literally they've got like half the house to themselves. And our guests, we have never had a problem with our guests. We sleep on the other side of the house and we have a walk-in shower, or what we used to call a Roman shower up in Indiana. Down here, I think they just call them an easy access shower, walk-in shower, something like that. And they're basically built for wheelchair accessibility. That's what they're really for. But I just like the idea that I can just walk in there, take a shower, and walk out. So no, we don't have an issue. Half bath, don't really need them. And if I had a half bath, the truth of it is, I'd rather have it in the garage. Because when I'm dirty and nasty and everything, everything's painted white, or your doors are white, everything's white. And if you touch anything, you leave a fingerprint on it. And so I'd rather have the half bath like in the garage, where I wouldn't have to come in the house all the time with my dirty shoes. You got to take them off, put them on, and trust me, if you've got the carpet in your house and you have to walk on the carpet to get anywhere, you want to get into the habit of taking your shoes off every time you get on that carpet, or it ain't going to be very long. You'll be doing what we did. You'll be tearing all the carpet up.
Yeah, and everything is painted brown wood bisque is what they call it. It's kind of an off-white, but everything is that color, and until you get sick of it or you pick a color you like or what have you. I mean, it's something that goes with everything to start off with, and some people leave it that way. I know a lot of people that never painted. Deborah
Tucker, how many years have you been married, and how did you all meet? Well, I went out to the bars with the guys one night, and she was a pole dancer.
Oh,
at a strip. No, I'm just joking. Actually, I was with her cousin, and I had my '57 Chevy at the time. I think I was still in school. I was 16 years old. Yeah. And we was out cruising around like kids do. We weren't causing any trouble or anything. We just had like a Pepsi, you know, when you still got them in a bottle, and we just cruising around. And I just happened to be over at that time the Delville area, and he says something about, well, let's go get my cousin and we'll go down to one of the local hangouts in this small little town with a place called the Cardinal, right? Cardinal Inn? Cardinal?
The Cardinal.
The Cardinal.
Yeah.
And
later become a truck stop, but that's what it was.
Yeah, later it was a truck stop, but it was just a small little place with a gravel parking lot around it, and it was a place you got burger and fries and a Coke. And went down there, and this was his cousin. I didn't know he was picking up a girl, so you know, we went out and had hamburger and Cokes, and what can I tell you? The rest is history.
I couldn't get rid of him after that.
She tried, but I wouldn't go nowhere. Okay.
And it's been almost 48 years. Almost. In January, it'll be 48 years.
Feels like 52. What is your favorite town square and why? Well, I'll be honest with you. My favorite town square probably is Lake Sumter Landings. Because, one, it's huge. Compared to the rest of the squares, it's much bigger. I like the lake effect down there. The Key West theme about the whole thing, and that's where it was based on. One of Disney Imagineers came in and helped them design that down there. They've got the lake, they've got the boardwalk, they have the boat rides, you know, when you have your grandchildren down. I don't know what it is about Lake Sumter Landings. I just like it. I like being around the water. But at the same time, I can tell you Brownwood has got a lot of things that Lake Sumter Landing don't have. If you have large group outings, which we do on Tuesday and Wednesday, us guys, we play golf, and then it might be, in the wintertime, there might be 30 or 40 of us, so we want to go somewhere and have a beer and a sandwich after the game. Pretty much, Lake Sumter Landings do not have a restaurant where we can do that. They can't slide tables together to handle that many people. It's a problem. Where down here, the restaurants like Cody's, Gators is one. There's a couple of them down there that they can slide these long tables together and they can accommodate us without too much trouble at all. And so, to that effect, you know, it's nice. Lake Sumter Landing has a movie theater that's okay. Our movie theater down here has better seating. I think anybody that's been to both theaters will tell you that. So there's good and there's bads of both. I got no problem with Brownwood, don't get me wrong. I'm happy being where I'm at. But if I had my choice, and we tried to stay at the Lake Sumter Landing area at the time, but we were just basically priced out. Because at the time they were building Brownwood and they announced where the square was going to be, that put Lake Sumter in the middle of all three squares. Once that happened and people got the idea, the prices in that whole area around Lake Sumter just shot up through the roof. I mean, we paid $221 for this place, brand new. Of course, we didn't have any upgrades or anything, but we got warranty. We got 10-year warranty on the house and stuff like that. This same house up there, of course, you get a few upgrades, you know, for whatever the people's done, and you better like what the people's done because that's the way it is. We're talking, it could have been anywhere from, I'll say, $265 to over $3, just depending on what model you got. So that's how we ended up down here.
Dollars to dollars, we thought it was better with a new house with the warranty.
Well, that, and we've never had a new house in our whole life.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just decided, you know, everybody ought to own at least one new house, right? So we did. We bought one. Yeah. Is it a better move? I'm not going to say one way or the other. It's a move we made.
And we love our neighborhood. We love our neighborhood. We love our neighbors. We just wish they'd stay put more.
Yeah, they come and go a lot.
Yeah.
Get used to that when you're down here, when you buy a house, if you're considering full-timers, especially in the summertime, half of your neighbors will disappear for months at a time. And then they're home for 2 weeks. The neighbor next door, he bought this house next door, he came down for 1 week when they closed on the house, then he left. He was gone for like 2 months. He came back 2 weeks ago, and he was down here buying furniture and stuff, him and his wife putting it in the house. He played golf with us a couple of times, and then yesterday they left again. So he's not coming back until like after Thanksgiving. I mean, that's just the life here. That people are here, they're gone, they're here, they're gone, so it's the way it is. And if you're wanting to buy a patio villa or a courtyard villa, and you're going to be a full-timer, and you can in both of those, I mean, there's not a problem with the house. But courtyard villas and patio villas are preferably the choice of people that are snowbirds. Yeah. And they are perfect for that. So you're liable to live in a neighborhood, just depending on which neighborhood. With no people. Well, be very few. Because a patio villa neighborhood may have 100 patio villas in it. Out of 100 of them, there might be 35 resident homes there that are full-timers. The rest of them are part-timers. Now, in my situation, the way I feel about it, that's good for me. I don't like a lot of neighbors around me anyway. Not that there's nothing I can do about it, but in the wintertime, it gets so crowded that the idea of having a neighborhood to myself for 6 months, I'm good with it. Yeah. But some people aren't. Also, I was wondering, this is the same lady, Jane Spade. Also, I was wondering about the holidays. Do people decorate? Oh my God. She's never been here. I can tell right now she's never been here. I was wondering about the holidays. Do people decorate the outside of their homes? Are there any issues or objections to this? I don't know all the rules about it, but I can tell you on the major holidays like the 4th of July, people hang flags out. Halloween, they decorate windows and they put a pumpkin over their street light and stuff like that. Christmas is a big one. You want to go to the neighborhood, the village of Hadley. If you want to see some decorations, you won't see any more than you will right there. Ask anybody down here, they'll tell you. It's I don't know that name.
It's actually a fundraiser, but like I said, it's so beautiful that everybody has to go through there. Just get in your golf cart and go over and take a trip through, and nobody hassles you or anything like that. They've got a barrel at the end of the street, you know, that you can donate or what have you, but it's a fabulous light
Well,
show.
If I remember right, it's barrel for money, or they got a big thing there where you can bring canned foods. It's for the poor people. So you can bring like cereal, canned, I don't know, whatever, canned, in my case, it'd be Chef Boyardee, beefaroni, or spaghetti, but they're not getting mine.
Oh my.
As they say, I'm a cheap date.
But the decorations, they do decorate quite a bit, but they do have a ruling amount. After each holiday, I think you've got like 30 days to take down your decorations. They're not really crazy, you know, if you leave it one day later or anything, but just be aware that they don't want it left up until summer.
Yeah, you can't leave stuff up year-round outside. I mean, all it's going to take is one.
That's the rule. Each area is different, so you want to check with
your deed
area,
restrictions.
But like I said, normally it's just 30 days is what you're allowed to have them.
Yeah, but other than that, you can decorate your house. Nobody's going to bother you. Well, I say that. After I said that, all it's going to take is one complaint, and then somebody will bother you.
Well, like I said, you can't have a lot of things out that are, you know, the pink flamingos are against the rules.
You're done now. Yeah. R. Jeanette. I think that's how you pronounce it. Is that Jeanette? J-E-N.
It looks like it, yeah.
Or Jeanette. She'd been my subscriber for a long time. So question for me, gas or electric? Well, Jeanette, you watch my videos. How many times have I said this? Gas. To me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, the Villages now is like 22, 24 miles long from one end to the other. And if you're like me, and maybe you're not because I know how a golf cart messes up your hair, that you may drive a car everywhere, and so electric would be fine for you because you're just going to run around your local town square, and if that's all you're going to do is just go to your local town square and go have lunch with the girls and get your nails done and get your pedicure and get your hair done and have lunch while you're down there. If you're going to do that, then an electric car's probably just fine for you. But if you're like me where you take your cart everywhere, I go to the doctor's office, I go all the way up to Nancy Lopez to go golfing from here. I take my golf cart everywhere. So for me, gas is a no-brainer. And the Villages are getting even bigger. I've already done a video on that. The 5,000 acres they bought more. They bought land over here by Leesburg. It's going to continue on. So who knows where we're going to end up, and who knows how far we got to go to do some of the things we want to do. So I just got gas, and I've had it now. This is my last year under warranty. They come with a 5-year warranty when you buy them brand new. I could probably get an extended warranty, but I probably won't. Yeah, I've had it 5 years now, so this will be my last year of warranty, and I've had 0 issues with it at all. So that's just my recommendation.
And like I said, we had electric before, and I said, if you're not going very far, like you said, they're excellent. They're quiet. They don't have the gas fumes, or they don't make the noise the gas one does. But practicality, if you're going to use it a lot, yeah, you really want a gas.
Duncan, what's the length of time you think we should rent a home there to get the full Village experience, and is the summer the best time to rent? Well, I don't know what you mean by best. We are considering moving there after I retire in 2020. Like I've said before, know if you want to be a snowbird or know if you want to be full-time. That's your first question you got to answer. If you're going to be part-time, it doesn't make any difference. You're down here in the winter anyway. If you're going to be full-time, then I would suggest at least 1 month in the middle of summer down here somewhere. I don't care where, because you'll see how hot it gets. If you can stand the heat, then you're good to go. If the heat really bothers you, then you're a good subject for a snowbird. Be part-time.
It's cheaper in the summer.
And it's a lot cheaper in the summer.
Yeah.
You can go to Villages for rent. No, Villagers Homes for rent. That's www.villagers with an S, homes with an S, for rent.com, and there's 101 homes on there you can rent. It'll show you the prices of homes that these people have got, and all them homes are for rent by the owner. And that's why we did ours, and we never had a bit of problem with it. So go there and check, and you'll see. I will talk to the wife when she gets home from work to see what questions she has. Are there homes available for rent for January, February, and March? What is the other? Patty S. wants to know, are there homes available to rent for January, February, and March? What is average monthly rental? These are questions I cannot answer. Are pools open year-round? Is organic produce, well, I'll answer the first 2 questions. She can take the next 2. Are homes available for rent
a difficult one.
for January, February, and March? The answer to that is yes. Almost everybody wants to rent a home down here in January, February, and March. Not just here, in Florida, period. But most of these homes are rented out a year in advance because people know where they want to be. They're selective about the homes they want to rent. And maybe they've rented with these same people for year after year after year, and so those homes are gone real quick. But if you go to the same website that I just said, you can go through the homes there, and you'll see the ones that are available for rent, how much are they, and what village they're located in. And there's also a village's map on that website, so you can get an idea about what area you're going to be in, how far from a town square are you going to be, that kind of thing. How much are they? It's all over the gamut. I mean, what kind of home you want to rent? They're all kinds on there. You can rent a patio villa, depending on where you're going. If you go way up to the older section, you might get them for $3,200 a month for January, February, and March. If you go down to the newer area, like Finney area, you might pay as much as $4,000 a month for a patio villa because they just cost more down there. But if you rented a premier home, that's $1 million home. I don't know what the rent is on $1 million home. I've never had $1 million, so I don't know. But I would guess if you was renting a premier home, $1 million home with its own swimming pool and all that, you might pay $10,000 a month. So it's all over the gamut. Just go on that website and check it out, and you'll get ideas what everything costs on those months. And those are the 3 seasonal months. That's the most the rent will cost you, is those 3 months.
And then they not only give you the prices on there, they also tell you the amenities, what the house comes with, if it's pet friendly, if it's close to a pool. They give you all the information that you need.
Our pool's open year round.
Yes.
I don't go to pools anymore.
They are open all year round.
And they're supposed to be heated, right, in the winter?
And they're heated, yes.
I went up there one time in the winter, and it was heated. Sure didn't feel like it to me. I kid you not. They said it was 83 degrees in that pool. It was like, I don't know what it was outside, 60 degrees but sunny. I walked in that pool up to my knees, turned right around and got back out. Because if that was 83 degrees, that was the coldest 83 I ever seen.
You're kind of a weenie.
I am kind of a weenie when it comes to cold water. Is organic produce reasonably priced? I don't even know what organic even is. That organic? Does that mean they don't use fertilizer on it?
Yeah, somewhat, but like I said, there's certain things that decides what's organic and what's not, and they do have them.
Is it reasonably priced?
You know, things
here's how I see it. Here's how I see it as a farmer, because I used to own a little farm. If it's organic on my farm, you're going to pay more for it because it's a lot of work. I mean, the organic stuff means there's a lot of weeds, there's a lot of insects, there's a lot of normal stuff going on. So an organic apple on my farm is going to cost you $1 a piece, where the regular apples out there that we shake them off, you can buy them for $1 a bucket.
But she's not asking about your farm.
Oh, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but like I said, Fresh Market here has a nice assortment of organic, and I wouldn't say, I don't know if you're familiar with Fresh Market. It's only in certain areas, but they have, I think they have reasonable prices on their organic things. There's
also the farmer's market.
Yeah, the farmers market, and I said that's where the farmers here bring their stuff to the square on Saturday at Brownwood and sell their fruits and vegetables, and I buy a lot there. There's also Markets of Marion, which is a flea market that's just down 27441, not too far outside the villages.
I like Markets of Marion.
And they,
you know why?
Why?
They sell hot dog and beer there.
But they have a large assortment of fruits and vegetables. Some of it looks terrific. I bought it there, and it's just as good as anywhere I've been. And you do have to watch where it comes from, because if you're one of those people that don't buy from foreign countries, then you know you got to ask them where it comes from, because the people in the flea market a lot of times are immigrants selling that stuff. So you don't know where it comes from. You have to ask. But like I said, most of it looks very, very good, and I think it comes from the farmers around here, a lot of it, and it's good-looking fruits and vegetables. It really is. As far as the price goes, yeah, it's as reasonable as you're going to get anywhere. I mean, knowing Florida prices, certain things are a little higher, but I don't think it's I don't know where you live, but I don't think it's any worse than what it would be where you live. I'm comfortable with the prices. And I eat a lot of veggies.
Okay, this is from Odelia Sumner. My question would be, what ways have you two found that works for meeting people? First of all, I don't want to meet anybody. I am not a people person, regardless of what you all think. Other than my golf buddies that we play golf and are on my golf list, I know all them guys.
And they've learned to tolerate you.
Kind of. I know all them guys, and the truth is, I don't know half their wives. I mean, I see a face that looks familiar, but I couldn't tell you what that person's name is. And if you're on my golf list and I play golf with you, I know all them guys. I know everything about them. But I sit in my house in my TV room looking out the window, and I'll see a golf cart go by with people in it that live here, and I wonder, who the hell's that? I don't know who it is. So no, I don't really go out to meet people. Never did. I'm really kind of a private kind of a guy. I don't share all my personal information with people, and I don't go to very many parties. Now, if it's just somebody that I really like and they're having a birthday party or whatever, sure, I'll go. But you know, we had a driveway party the other day that I really didn't want to go. My wife made me go, but I really didn't want to go, be honest with you. Not because of anybody there. It's just that, I don't know, after about 20 driveway parties, I'm just partied out. I mean, I just don't even go to the swimming pool anymore. I ain't been to a swimming pool in over a year. I used to go like 2 or 3 times a week. Sue goes. I just don't go anymore. So how do we meet people? I don't know. You tell me. I don't.
Well, you know, you set up these meet and greets with people that's coming down.
I don't mind meet and greets because it's new people. I know something that can help them out, because I remember when we first moved down here and bought that very first patio.
Oh, and I've met a couple of your subscribers. I met them at the vet's office, and then I met them the other day again at Walmart, and they were asking me, since I met them at the vet's office when Katie was sick, and they were asking me how the dog was doing and everything. Very, very nice people. They were the ones that had the lanai enclosed after you told them about custom windows, and they also told me they're getting the split air conditioner. Is that what it's called?
Split air. You mean the Mitsubishi they put in?
Yeah, it's something split. I don't know what they call it, but they said they were getting one of those, and I think we need to consider it.
I don't know.
Well, as I could use this room, you know. You've got your little hole in the wall over there.
So I heard Skip, this is from Adelia Summer also, so I heard Skip say that areas are friendly and some do not talk to people. No, I didn't say that. What I said was, when we rented in different areas, when we was coming down here checking a place out, that we did have some areas where people seemed like they were more friendlier, that's all. That they would say, oh, how long are you going to be here? They'd see us, you know, unloading our suitcases. They said, well, when you guys get ready, let us know, and we'll go out and have some dinner or whatever. They'd invite us over to the house for, I don't know, coffee or something. That's what I said. Other neighborhoods we rented in, I just noticed that everybody had their clique. They had card games going on a Monday. The guys would go play golf on a Tuesday, and so there really wasn't much activity for us in that area because everybody else was busy and gone, and so we didn't get a chance to talk to very many people. I mean, that's what I said. It's not that anybody was ignoring us or whatsoever. It's just that some neighborhoods just seemed to be friendlier than other neighborhoods, only because, I think, because they were home.
And then, like I said, they're used to people coming in and out, so they didn't figure you'd want to go play cards with them because they weren't never going to see you again. So they just didn't bother with the invite. But there hadn't been. I haven't met anybody here that was that not friendly, actually. And I said it's really, really easy here. The pool. Go down to the pool every day. Like I said, you'll learn all the gossip. You learn what's going on in the neighborhood, and very friendly people. Yeah.
This is probably the one you're talking about. Michael and Valerie Wilkins says, when you enclosed your lanai, did you add a mini split unit to cool that area? I don't know what a mini split is, but I know down here one of the approved air conditioners for your lanai is the Mitsubishi, if that's what you're talking about. It's a little unit that sits out there, and then they come up into the wall and they'll install it up, and you got a remote control for how you want the degrees to set and all this and that. If that's what you're talking about, that's the approved one for your lanai. In my area, under the deed restriction, which was not part of the deed restriction in the Caroline area where I was at, well, I don't know what district that is. This is District 10 here, that we could tie into our ductwork in the attic and just run an air conditioner vent or another vent out to the lanai in the ceiling, and that's what we did we had a patio villa, so the lanai wasn't that big, and it worked fine. Here, there's a restriction on that. I'm not sure exactly how they would catch you, truthfully, but there's a restriction that says you can't do that here. So, and then really, an extra ductwork out here wouldn't cut it anyway. So everybody I know here does air condition their lanai when they're enclosed is they go to that Mitsubishi unit, split unit, I guess you call it. And I got to tell you, we've considered it. We haven't done it, but it has been something we think about. Because when it gets really, really hot out here, it's just basically unusable. I put a new fan up out here. It's got 3 speeds. The lanai fan that came with the house was a 1-speed, low only, and it was a smaller fan. It just wasn't big enough. So when we put the new fan in the living room, I took that big fan, I put it out here. It's on now, and I can feel it. The other fan that was here, I couldn't even hardly feel it. And I think I've got it on medium. If I put it on high, I mean, it blows pretty good. But it still gets hot out here. I mean, when it's 90 degrees outside, no matter how you look at it, it's 95 or 100 in here. We've considered it. I haven't done it yet. May not. I don't know yet. We haven't even considered if we're going to stay here full time or not. We keep thinking maybe we're going to sell the house and move somewhere. I don't really want to, but, you know, it happens. For your square footage, what's the tonnage of your unit the builder installed? You know, he told me, I wish I could tell you, I don't know. Don't know. I really can't answer that because it's like I say, it's a heat pump. And then he told me all about the heat pump and how the air mover works in the garage with the pump and all this and that. I don't really know what the tonnage is. All I know, it's got a 5-year full warranty, replacement warranty when you buy a new house. And mine, about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, maybe, something like that, was acting funny. And they came out and they just kind of hooked their equipment up to it. And I don't know what was the matter with it, but whatever it was, they took the whole unit out and put a brand new unit in the same day. No questions, didn't cost me a dime. And that's it. So whatever it is, that's what it is. Wrestler Mania. Sue, how do you get along with Skip becoming such a YouTube sensation?
I shop a lot.
Also, how do you feel about Skip's tutelage to Tom Hall, helping Tom become a better YouTuber and having Tom taking away all of Skip's tips and tricks? Oh. Tom does seem to be getting better, much better, thanks to Skip's excellent teachings. What has Tom done for Skip? I'm sure Tom appreciates you.
Yeah. Now, you know, I don't know if y'all know Tom or not, but he's been doing the YouTube thing for a lot longer than Skip has, and he's very good at it. He just his is a different kind of thing. He goes all over the world, and does videos from all over the world, and he's quite good at it. Fortunately, he's our friend, so like I said, we share tips back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, Tommy's always trying to offer me suggestions, and I always tell him, no, I don't want to hear it. Let me tell you what I know about suggestions in life, and I don't care what it is. Anytime somebody wants to offer you a suggestion, it's because they want you to change something. I'm not open to change. Ask her, she'll tell you. I don't like change. I don't like people messing with my food. I like my food a certain way. I've ate it that way for my whole life. Why are you putting ketchup on it? You know, I don't like that. I like a certain steak. She can tell you what steak I eat all the time. You know, that's just, I like certain restaurants I go to that are my favorite. I don't mind trying a new one every now and then. But even when I go to my favorite restaurants, this happened last week. I went to Olive Garden, which is one of my favorite restaurants, and I said, I'm gonna get something different today. And I got it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
This is your question. In your opinion, what is the this is going to be tricky. What is the best grocery store to shop at?
Oh my. Well, you know, it depends on what you're buying. And I said I go to different stores for different things, but all in all, basically I go to the one that's closest to the house most of the time. It's just more convenient. Because all of them have the same groceries, but one's better with meat, one's better with produce, one's better on prices. They're big on the 2-for-1 down here. buy one get one free, that kind of thing. But you got to watch it because sometimes the price is the same as two would be to start with. But I can't say there's any one I like. I think Publix has got very good meat. They and the store is exceptionally clean, and they've got terrific customer service. I mean, I have never been in there when they haven't asked if they could help me carry out groceries or bring in stuff or something like that. But I also go to Winn-Dixie because it's closest to me. We got a new Aldi's here not too long ago, and it's not too far away. And then Skip would go there because it's one of those places where you bag your own groceries. But it just a matter of what
I don't work for that store.
What you want to do to save a buck, you know. And for little stuff, and I think they got great prices on their produce. And you know, and I see theirs is as good as anybody else's. But I don't go there a lot, just basically because of where it's at. But Publix and Winn-Dixie are big around here. The Walmart has a nice. We have a nice Walmart market, grocery market here, and like I said, it has all the basic things that you need, and it's convenient. So you know, I couldn't say that there's any one particular one that I go to. I go to all of them. Don't I?
I have never been to this Walmart grocery store over here since the day it opened. I've never been in a Walmart store up there by that shopping center place, whatever it's called.
Southern Trace.
Southern Trace. I am not a Walmart fan whatsoever. I don't like the way they treat their customers. I don't like the store. I don't like anything about it. I also do not go to any store and go to the self-checkout thing. I will never do that. I will leave a grocery cart laying there with all my stuff in it and walk out before I do that. And there's a reason for that. Whether you like it or whether you don't like it, I'm a retired Teamster. And one of the things that we did at the Teamsters was we never did anything to put somebody out of a job. We were always about creating jobs for people. And when you self-check out somebody, there's a bag boy, there's somebody somewhere that could use that job that you're doing for free. That's why I don't do it. Whether you agree, whether you don't agree, I don't really care. That's what I do, and that's the way I always do it. Okay, let me ask you a dumb question. Which grocery store, if you was on a budget, which one of the grocery stores down here could actually save you the most money? I think Winn-Dixie, but I don't know. Because I know there's more Publix here than there are Winn-Dixie, but that don't necessarily mean they're the cheapest.
Well, between with coupons and specials, and like I said, it's kind of a draw. That's because Winn-Dixie started doing the buy one get one, the same as Publix and Winn-Dixie both doing it. Publix aren't quite. They don't have coupon. They don't have a gimmick like Winn-Dixie has the SE Grocer card, where every so many dollars you get so many points, and you can use that for gas, or you can use that for cents off of your groceries. And Publix have the buy one get one free kind of thing, but they don't have the card, that kind of thing. But it doesn't matter because they, like I said, they have good quality stuff, and I think that's what people are looking for. They're not particularly worried about another 10 cents. They want good stuff.
Oh, by the way, that question about the grocery store was from Sandra Diedrich. And this one's from Lee Johnson. You're going to get two different opinions about this. Skip, I really enjoy your clips. What is your opinion of the hard cabs with the sliding doors for golf carts? My opinion is this. A golf cart is what it is. You're moving to Florida. What the hell do you need a sliding door for on a golf cart? There is no air conditioning in there. There is no heater in there. What are you scared of? The rain? I just don't get it. But that's my opinion. I wouldn't do it because if you're a golfer, and I am, them hard cabs, even if you slide the door back, and I've had them hard cabs, I've rented them, I've had them. And you're on a golf course, you know, you drive up, sometimes you got to wait for people in front of you to hit the ball, get out of the way, and all that kind of thing. Those cabs heat up. Now, I know you can put a fan in there, but all you're doing is blowing hot air, and it gets very, very hot in there. When you have a regular golf cart where you can roll the sides of it up, the whole thing's open. And so even though it might be a little bit of breeze, at least you're getting all of it, and they're not heating up on you. That's just my opinion.
All right. And then I said, you know, they are convenient for if you get caught in a storm, you just close the sides. No problem. You don't have to worry about getting out and unrolling the sides and zipping things and snapping things. And so it's all a matter of what you want to deal with.
It doesn't make no difference because she never drives a golf cart anyway. So hard side, soft side makes no difference because she won't take the golf cart anywhere because it messes up her hair. I'm telling you, save the money. Okay. That was from Lee Johnson. And next one's from Carol Teich. T-E-I-C-H.
I go with Tish, yeah.
Tish. I checked them down. How about a 6-month pool coming along? Are there any major furniture stores in the area, or do you have to head to Ocala or Orlando?
Oh, we've got a lot of nice furniture store. We have one right here in the Villages called City Furniture. It's got some nice furniture. There's also a new one going into Brownwood in the next couple months called Babette's. And it's a big furniture store down in Leesburg. And they're opening a Target store here in Brownwood, and I'm really anxious to see what they have. But they have good quality furniture, so you wouldn't have to worry about going to Orlando or Ocala. And I know a lot of people get their furniture there. City Furniture is great, and I've got some pieces from City Furniture, and they're right here, so it's easy to go find. You don't have to go running all over the country because they've got one in Spanish Springs and they've got one in Lake Sumter. Customer service is good. The quality of the furniture is good. So you really wouldn't have to go anywhere. In between here in Ocala, there is a lot of furniture stores. There's White's Furniture, which is just down 27441, just outside the Villages. There's a Kent Furniture store, I think is in Bellevue, which is in between here and Ocala. There's just quite a few of them around, and several in Leesburg, which is not that far away. So yeah, you don't have to go to the big towns. They've got ample stores here.
When somebody moves down here from up north, I've made videos about this, but apparently half of my subscribers don't watch all my videos.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask? Oh, would you advise them to bring furniture from the north and transport it all the way down here?
No, because that's why I have so much fun at the thrift stores and the consignment shops, is because people are spending thousands of dollars to truck the furniture down here, and you get in these homes and it doesn't look right, or you want something similar to what everybody else in the neighborhood's got you, and you want a Florida look. You won't get that with your pine coming from up north. So that's what you see in the thrift and consignment shops, is where people spent that money, drug it down here, and then found out that they didn't want that here anymore. They wanted something different, and so I wouldn't. I didn't. I said we brought a van load, but now of course we had furniture down here in our patio villa that we brought over here when we bought this house, and a little bit at a time we changed it out. But yeah, I'd say save the money unless it's something, a family heirloom, an antique, something that has some sentimental value. I'd save the money and just sell it all up there and come down here, and the fun is buying the new stuff. I mean, that's so much. Well,
that and the furniture they got here seems to have more of a southern feel to it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have curtains in our house, and most people don't even notice that when they come in. Most of the houses here do have curtains, or they'll have like a wooden type blind with the pull cords on it. And we I don't know where we got the idea, but anyway, we've been in a few houses, rented a few houses that had these Spanish plantation shutters, and we decided that's what we wanted. So we got a house full of plantation shutters. We have no curtains, no blinds. It's just a plantation shutter.
Yeah.
And
they're so much easier to clean.
I like it.
You don't have to change them out. A lot of people put valances over the top of them to match their rooms, which that's nice. But you really don't have to, since ours
well, if
is
you put a
white,
valance
so.
too low on them plantation shutters, then you can't open them.
Yeah, that's true.
I like them when I be able to open them.